again, friends. Welcome to another edition of Beavertown Outdoors. I'm John. I'm out here at the beautiful Beavertown compound, and today I'm going to show you yet another one of those new pieces of equipment that came into the wood yard. We're going to get it set up. We're going to do first, just first showing of it. Not a whole lot. This is going to be kind of a short video, but I want to show you what we got, and we're going to put it together. All right, and here's what we got. It's got a box. It's from our friends at Husqvarna. Actually came from a company called treestuff.com. That's where I ordered it from. But what we have here is a box, a bar, a saw chain, and a scabbard. So you can guess what this is. It's a chainsaw. And it's a chainsaw that I have been waiting on. Well, waiting to get for a long time. Waiting to order for a long time. Ended up waiting to get for a little over a month. I got back ordered, but such things happen. But yeah, we got our Husqvarna 592 XP chainsaw. So my plan is we're going to do kind of a little unboxing video. I'm going to get it set up. Just put some gas, a little bit of gas, a little bit of oil in it. I'm not going to fill it up. Just give it its first start. See how it does. Maybe we'll take it out and do a couple quick cuts on a couple pieces of wood just because we got to. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, so first thing we got the scabbard. I think this was one of my free gifts. Free stuff. Thank you for that. Not making me have to go buy one. It's a little nicer than my other Husqvarna scabbard. Pretty cool. Alright. And then we got the bar. So this saw. Now this is not the bar that I wanted to necessarily, I want to have forever on this saw. My plan was, you guys know, I have the I've got the steel with the 28-inch bar. I've got the Dolmar with the 24-inch bar. And my thought was going to the biggest of the saws. This is a 92cc saw, that I would go to a 32-inch bar. It kind of covers every range of tree that size that I want to cut. But for the price I got the saw for, which is a lot less than what I expected to pay, the deal was it came as a package with the 28-inch bar. So we're going to set it up and run it with that. But I think eventually, if I don't do it before, probably at the Paul Bunyan show, look to get a 32-inch bar for it. But for now, 28-inch will do just fine. We'll see how we do. I've been kind of throwing around putting a 28 on the Dolmar. So, if nothing else, I have the 28-inch bar that'll be usable for both. Alright, and now the moment we've all been waiting for, at least I've been. Hopefully you've been waiting too. It's the opening of this box. Oh, there it is. Let's get in here where you can see that. There we go. All right, we've got an owner's manual. It's a big, thick owner's manual. Probably different, yeah, multiple different languages. English is mine, so there we go. Get some of this cardboard out of the way. Get some of this cardboard out of the way. Yeah. There is something big inside that box. And here we are. All right. Let's see if you can see it. Husqvarna 592 XP. Warning, cancer. Yep, I know. Cancer is a big part of our life here right now, unfortunately. Then comes with a scrunch And looks like a double-sided Torx. Not sure what that's for. Maybe the manual will tell me if I ever read it. But all right. There she is. Big old saw. All right. Well, what you guys say we put a bar on it, put the chain on it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so one of the things I do like about this already is this has the captive bar nuts, but it also has double dogs. Now, I don't know how well these dogs work. I've never used these double dogs from Husqvarna before. I've heard good and bad. I mean, they look fairly good. Not quite as aggressive as the aftermarket ones I put on the steel, or the ones that came from the factory with the Dolmar. But hey, there's double dogs on there. I don't have to. Saves me an expensive going to buy another set. So, all right. So we'll take and yep, Husqvarna takes the smaller nuts. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, take the brake off. The last Husqvarna I had the inboard clutch, or had the outboard clutch, and I didn't like that. Oh, good. All right, so this does have the inboard. I'm gonna assume these don't need to be here. These are just spacers for the spacers for this while it's in shipping, because I would think, I don't know, I guess, hang on, let me consult the manual. Alright, so after consulting the manual and finding nothing about plastic spacers, I'm going to assume, I've never seen a saw that needed them. I'm just going to make the assumption that these are just, they're just for a shipping thing. So, we're going to we got a chain that came with it. It's the Next Cut C83 28-inch chain loop. Should be 93 drive link. That's Husqvarna. And then let's get this open. We'll get this open one way or another. There we go. There we are. All right, nice brand new chain loop. Put some gloves on. So, all right. And then, of course, like anything else, every chain you got to take out of the box. You got to get it untangled. So what I like to do to untangle them is, once I get to a point where there's just two, take the two loops like this, pull them, and then the chain should, like that, you pull the loops out, if you pull the loops towards the end, eventually you'll get to a point where you can pull the chain and just get it right out like this. All right. All right, so now we got that unfurled. Set this aside. Set the adjuster aside. Okay, yeah, good. This does have the adjuster on the outside. So since this is a brand new chain, brand new everything, I'm going to turn this all the way in. I'm going to turn the adjuster all the way in. And then put my knife away, put my Leatherman away. Alright, so grab the bar here. The other reason I'm probably going to change the bar is because this is not a lightweight saw, as any of you have ever held one of these knows. So one of the ways you can make it a little lighter is with a lightweight bar. So that's one of my desires to have the lightweight bar. But we'll get there. Alright, so let's just get the, sorry I didn't turn before you could see what I was doing here. Okay, so we got it. Make sure it's on the rim sprocket. Make sure it's seated into the guide. Alright, there we are. And then take our front cover, get it lined up. Actually, might have been a little. Oh, I got it. I guessed well. Well, I really like these captive bar nuts. I wish my Steel and Domar both had these. That is a handy little thing. Don't have to lose them out in the woods. That'll be great. Alright, so the brake's off. Chain's moving nicely. So now we're going to adjust it up. I don't have one in my pocket, so I'm going to go get my nickel here. So I've showed you guys this trick before, but those who haven't seen it, shame on you for not watching my other videos. Just kidding, please. But please feel free to go back and look at some of my other videos. So what I do for adjusting up the chain is I use this, which is a Canadian nickel for my friends up in Canada, friends, family. Have both up there. But we turn this. So with it loose, obviously, we're going to start turning this up. I'm going to get it to where it just touches and slides into the slot. Okay. So then what I do is find a link right about in the middle of the bar, slide this nickel in, and then adjust this up just till it's tight with that nickel. Don't reef these. Okay, that's more than you need. Okay, and actually, one other thing you want to do is just, especially with the long bar, put the weight on the tip. See, this doesn't. It pulls right back up in there, so we're good. And then we just tighten it up. And again, you don't have to be Hercules. Or I guess for the ladies, Xena Warrior Princess. Just enough to make sure it's there. Pulls right back up in there. I think we're good. So, if I haven't explained to you before, another thing, make sure. Okay, chain still moves. Alright, so this is, and it's a little rough. It's a brand new, again, it's brand new. It's never had oil or anything in it. But the reason to put the weight on the tip is this bar can go up and down a little bit. There's a little bit of wiggle room. Not so much, it doesn't seem like on this. This actually has a guide. Kind of a slot that the adjustment slot fits into that seems to hold it better, which is kind of neat, but just I guess out of habit, for nothing else for saws that don't have it, if you adjust it leaving the bar, especially the long bar, hanging down, you'll get it adjusted, but then when you put weight down on that log you're cutting, you're going to eventually push the bar up, and what it's going to want to do is loosen this chain. So we don't want to have the chain loosen if we don't have to. So I always it's not a big deal, just put the weight of the saw right there on the tip, and that'll keep it up there. And then once you got it adjusted, lock it down with the weight on the tip, and you should be good to go. Now, no matter what you do, when chain heats up, it's going to actually expand, as we've covered many times, so it's going to loosen up. If you're cutting a lot continuously, and this starts to loosen up, well, adjust it back up. But if you do that, if you adjust this tight when it's hot, make sure when you're done cutting that you take the tension off this chain when you park it for the night. Because what you don't want to do is have this, when it cools, the chain's going to contract. And when it does, it's going to put all kinds of tension right on the crankshaft of your engine and on the tip of your bar. So you want to loosen that back up, and then when you start out for the day, adjust it back to the right tension, what you feel is the right tension, and you're ready to go. So, all right. Well, that was pretty quick. We got everything set up on here. I'm going to put some fuel and some bar oil in this, and we're going to take it out and fire it up. All right, so now we're just going to get some fuel and some oil. So one of the nice things I think about Husqvarna is these pop-up caps. I think those are really cool. Yeah, they're just really nice. You know, I was one that said I never had a steel saw that I have the cap pop off, and it was the video that I said that the cap actually popped off on me, and I dumped a whole tank of bar oil all over my back of the four-wheeler. So it does happen. I guess that can happen with anything. So this is not the alkalite fuel. This is obviously my mixed fuel. So I'm going to give it a... I always try to give this a quick shake before I put it in. Just in case any of the oil is starting to separate. I don't want to run a saw with low oil or too much oil. I'm not going to fill this. I just want to get enough fuel in it to get it running, because I don't like leaving saws sit with fuel. That seems to just lead to disaster. Now, oil is a different thing. I'm just going to fill this up with my regular bar oil, which is kind of right now it's a mix of winter and summer grade. But that I'll go ahead and fill. Which reminds me, the other thing I need to do is set the oiler on this. Make sure to see where it's set at, because these do have an adjustable oiler. We don't need to waste oil. But on the same token, we'll make sure we're putting enough oil out. So there's that adjustment right there. I'm gonna go grab the screwdriver and I'll be right back. So I'm not sure if you can see it. Right down here at the bottom, you can see there's an adjustment here for the chain oil. And I think what I'm going to do, since I'm at the halfway point of the max length of the saw, I'm going to go to about half length. So that's all the way off. So it's one full, two full, or a turn and a half. So let's go, we'll split the difference there. If we need more or less oil, well, we can just adjust it from there, but I think that'll be a good starting point. Alright, so I'm not going to put all my chainsaw pants, all that gear on, or my helmet, but I am going to put some hearing protection in, just because I like to hear things, and from what I've gathered about this saw, it is exceptionally loud. So, got the hearing protection on. We're just going to fire it up, going to start it up, let it just, it's an auto tune, so as Billy Ray likes to say, we're going to get it started, let it absorb the universe. Get itself, get its bearings, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of breaking in on it. So, got a primer bulb on here. We're going to prime it. starting to see fuel in there. Okay, we got fuel. And okay, pull up to start. Take my gloves off. And then I'm assuming this, since it's brand new, is going to be a bit tight to pull. We got the decomp valve up here. We're going to pull that in. Let's give her a couple of pulls. Okay, we got life. Like I said, we're just going to let it sit here on fast idle. Give it a solid minute to adjust itself, and then we'll Alright, so she's been about a minute. I'm going to kick it down, and let's see, get the chain moving, make sure everything's working right. Okay, so that kicked out, ran it up, she's running up the RPM. Obviously it's tight, it's brand new, but we'll take it out, we'll throw it through some wood a little bit. I do know you shouldn't, one thing with a brand new saw, you don't want to put it at full throttle very long without actually being under a load. So we'll go out to the poplar pile, and we'll give it a little bit of a load and see how she does. Alright, so what we got here, it's a nice piece of poplar. Actually, this, I take that back, this is probably, it's not that nice a piece, and I think it might be cottonwood. But we got a little bit of wood here. I'm just gonna, I really don't care about it too much. It's in a nice place where I can maneuver the saw through. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to waste this rotten piece. I'm just going to do, we're going to cut some cookies and see how we do. Alright guys, so first test with this. Boy is it powerful. Sliced through this like it wasn't even there, which this wasn't exactly great wood, but at least it's enough to kind of break it in. You know, first impressions, it's a winner. Yeah, it's a great saw. Got to play with it more, get it broke in, and yeah, it's gonna be definitely a great addition. So definitely happy with it. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for me today. I got a lot of other projects I gotta accomplish and get things squared away. Hope you like what you saw. If you did, please hit the like. Please feel free to subscribe and share. In fact, I hope you'll subscribe. Thank you to all my new subscribers lately. You've been great. If you haven't had a chance, check out my last video. Actually, this will be 2 videos ago, probably now. You know, I did an interview with United Truck Sales, all about them and TYM. You know, hope you'll check that out. But yeah, please watch all my other videos too. I think I got to be getting close to 100 by now. So thank you to all who keep me wanting to do these. You make it fun, and I look forward to doing more for you. So, but until then, everybody, from all of us here at the beautiful Beavertown compound, take care of each other, be good, stay safe, and I'm out.